One of the biggest mistakes that I see happen with hypnotherapists that go see a show and say, oh, I could do that. It looks easy. And so they go, that's what I'm going to do. And they, all of a sudden, they're booking themselves for grad nights and stuff like that. And they're not funny. They're like, here, when you wake up, you can't let go of this wide awake. And then the person wakes up and they're like, see, there's no comedy there. There's no comedy in that. So there's comedy if you say when you wake up, you have this Frisbee and you are the National Frisbee Championship and this is your big time that you're going to do it. This is it. And when you wake up, no matter how hard you try, you cannot throw the Frisbee. Now that's different. Now you have someone frantic trying to, oh my gosh, throw the Frisbee because this is their one time and they can't. Why is it stuck? See the difference? You know, when I became a hypnotist, so much of the entertainment was so much like singing. I sang in a band for 15 years, being a lead singer, and so much of it just kind of switched because when we did Suzy and the Knockouts, we were also we were doing a lot of things with the audience. We were, you know, my husband was going out there and doing Elvis. I'd go out and sing crazy and sit on people's laps, and we'd bring people up on stage and do stuff from Broadway. So it was very interactive anyway. So when I started doing the hypnosis, it was very much the same, except it's just comedy. There's no singing involved, but the entertainment portion of it is exactly the same.
Let me preface this. We come from a showbiz family. Son is rock star, Avenged Sevenfold. I'm a successful comedian, you know, on Showtime, Comedy Central. And without a doubt, and my son would agree with this too, she is by far the most naturally charismatic entertainer in the family. And just with an incredible stage presence, much better than my son and I.
If you're on stage being a singer and you talk in between, or you're doing funny songs, or you're doing a music video that's funny, or you're doing hypnosis, I think it's really fun to make people laugh. If I have a new suggestion, I just lay down and I see it over and over in my head, which is a form of hypnosis, and I just see it in my head, so by the time I do it on stage, I feel like I've already done it.
Whenever I'm writing comedy or a song, I bounce stuff off of her. She comes up with ideas, and vice versa. If I have an idea for a suggestion for her, I hit her with it, and it's generally, because I'm not a hypnotist, it's generally in the ballpark, but not perfect. And so she'll take it and say, just let me live with this for about a week, and then it ends up, she filters it, you know, through hypnosis in her own brain, and it comes out being very funny.
All right, so here's my bag of torture. Okay, so I like to use a little bit of props, but not too many. Always have lipstick. So now go ahead and take your lips. Now I will understand. Go ahead and start putting these on. I understand that these are like, it's not only for your lips, but it's also for your eyes, right? And your cheeks. And that's amazing. Right? And then I have my balloons for, as you saw, my Balloon Man suggestion. A lot of times people think when you're hypnotized, you have absolutely no control over yourself and you are completely unconscious. You guys, not only is that not true, that is absolutely impossible. I was doing a grad night. I was supposed to do it, I think it was in Modesto, and apparently some of the parents there thought that hypnosis was evil, which makes me laugh. They thought it was evil, so I guess they called the school and said, we don't want the hypnotist there. And the other parents were like, that's ridiculous, it's a show, it's for fun, it's with the kids, you know. She's not going to make them rob a bank, you know. And so by the time that grad night came around, they wanted to hire me, but there was just so much controversy. I was like, you know what, why don't you have someone else do it? I'm just not interested. The biggest payoff that I get is knowing that the people on stage had such a great time and the audience had such a great time, and that's very fulfilling. Very fulfilling. You know, people will come up after and show us I was having such a bad day, and that just really lightened my mood, and that really makes you feel good as an entertainer. I like that part a lot.